everyone. So it's been a little bit more than 1 year since I burned my whole life down. And it's been 1 year since I left my quite good enough and comfortable life that I had in Barcelona, where I lived for almost 7 years, where I left my apartment and I left my job that was basically remotely, but it was something that I didn't enjoy anymore. Like, honestly, it's been years since I enjoyed that job. I worked for that company for 5 years, and I can say that maybe the first 2-3 years were okay, and then I knew that wasn't my thing. And yeah, a lot of things happened this past year. So I want this video to be a little bit of reflection, a little bit of brain dump of all the things that I've learned from taking a quite blind leap of faith that I knew I had to take because my whole body felt wrong. Like, I felt like I couldn't keep doing that. I couldn't keep pretending that I like that life. And 2 years ago, we ended my last situationship that was an on and off for 3 years, completely misaligned. If I'm honest now, right from the beginning, completely misaligned with what I wanted. And it became more and more misaligned as the month, the days, the year went by. But it was hard to leave that. It was hard to get out of that. So it was one complete year of, let's say, healing from that relationship, and then now another year of being really honest with myself in a lot of areas, being really honest with how I want to operate, what are the things that I want in my life, and also being really patient with myself and with the outcomes. But at the same time, having this, of course, this voice in my head telling me that I should be doing more or I should have accomplished more this last year. So yeah, I'm gonna reflect a little bit on that. And in case you don't know, I am Candela. I'm a self-love, I'm a mindset coach. I am Argentinian, so you will find me with my mate in probably most of the videos because I want this to feel like we're chatting here. We're getting to know each other. So let's go right at the beginning. I left my job and my apartment at the end of October last year, end of October. And then I came back to Argentina in November because I'm always here back for Christmas and New Year's and just to spend time with my family. I've been living abroad for 9 years, 8-9 years now. So I always made that promise that I will keep coming back every year, and I've been able to do that for these last couple of years. So I came here and I started going like all in my business, in my coaching business, and I got really burnt out after 2 months of like insane going for it and trying to book clients and do stuff and blah blah blah. I got really burnt out because I realized that I was just getting out of a consultancy / corporate job that I had for a lot of years, and I didn't even took like a month to center myself. I went just like straight in. I realized right away that was not the right move. So that was the first lesson. This year taught me a lot about resting, about letting myself be and about who I am when I am not this productive person, this girl that goes for it and achieves things. And that's a big thing for me. Because I spent most of my life thinking that my worth was always tied to how good I was, how productive I was, how much money I was making, how many milestones I was collecting. So this year, it was really hard in the sense that I got to know and to meet the version of myself that it's not just going for it. And slowing down shows you a lot about yourself, that it's almost impossible to see those things when you are on like a daily autopilot mode, doing thing after thing, having your job, having your relationship, and just your routines. So having the time to slow down, it was so needed in ways that I couldn't have predicted before this year. But also learning to sit with your feelings, especially with the bad ones, especially with the feelings of, oh my God, it's been a year and I hadn't accomplished the things that I wanted, at least business-wise. It humbles you in a way that helps you see the bigger picture, because in this whole year, I feel that I was able to think not only about this version of me, not only about like what I want to do right now, what I want to be doing with my life right now, but to think about like, what do I want the next 10 years to look like? What do I want like my life as a whole to look like? And this year it wasn't abundance in the sense of generating income or generating a lot of money, but I got to do so many things that completely blew my mind. And let me do a little recap, because it also helps me. And if you're in a season like this, please do it too. Think about all the things that, even if they are not accomplishments in the sense of normal success, mainstream success, are still success for you. And I'm gonna mention some of mine. I started the past year, 2025, I started it in Rio with my dad and my sister. And that is probably one of the best memories that I had, like from my whole life, literally. That was a lifelong dream that I had, being able to invite them there, because I go to Rio every year and it's one of my favorite places in the world. So being able to show them around, to experience that with them, to see the happiness on their faces, oh my God, that's just priceless. And then I spent 3 months, yes, in Rio. And I got to live with one of my best friends. And that was so beautiful, because I had moments there after this burning out that I was telling you before, where I was feeling so lost and so hopeless, and being with someone on your side that cheers you on and that it's always looking for the bright side and trying to do things and trying to make you feel better or to see the big picture, that's again priceless. And then I felt like I could start opening myself to the possibilities, to the things that were coming my way, because I knew that I had burned a whole identity, but I was still trying to find what the new one was. I was in this kind of like gap period of, okay, I know I'm not that person anymore, but who I am becoming, who is the person that I actually want to be. And for me, traveling has always been my biggest blessing. And this year I got to do a lot of things. I got to go to Colombia with this friend. Then I had one wonderful friend inviting me to Egypt, which was just mind-blowing. Then spending some time in Barcelona because I have friends, I have part of my family there, so I'm always going there. And Barcelona was amazing in the sense that I felt so supported there. I felt so loved, so taken care of. And that's gonna be another video, but I used to identify myself as this hyper-independent person, the one that can handle everything alone. And this year humbled me in a way that, again, I couldn't have not expected, especially around being this woman that can do it all. Because I realized that even though I can't, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to be doing everything alone anymore. I'm ready to receive support, love, people taking care of me. I am ready. And I've been doing that this whole year. And it had opened doors, possibilities, opportunities that I couldn't have predicted. And the highlight of this year, if all of that is not enough, was going to Bali. I have been dreaming about going to Bali since I watched the movie Eat, Pray, Love. Who didn't? Who didn't dream about going there and living this healing experience in nature, maybe finding love, Javier Bardem, why not? But yes, I mean, blame it on Hollywood, but I always wanted to go there. It's a place that I had on my bucket list for ages, and this year I got to do that. I got to do that on my own. I went there, I spent there 2 months. I met wonderful people, and I even started a relationship. So like cliche, but kind of like that. And then I spent a couple of weeks in Vietnam. So this year was literally all about traveling, about discovering new places, but also about discovering myself. And I know that, again, this might sound cliche of like, oh yeah, she took a year off to discover herself. But that's probably one of the best investments of your time and your money that you can make. It's because I tried different therapies. I did insane amount of meditation and journaling this past year that I haven't ever done like that before, and I can feel it. And I was trying to find what are the things that actually help me, what are the practices that I want to embrace, not only when I'm feeling bad, but just to keep myself in this good high state. So yes, this is getting a little bit long, so I'm gonna just finish this video telling you that probably one of the biggest things that I learned this past year after burning everything down is that you have to trust yourself and you have to have your back. And here it's when it comes back to self-love and to having a strong vision and a strong mindset, because if you don't have those things, everything will feel like it's falling apart, because it is falling apart. And things, when you are changing your whole identity, everything will fall apart. There's no sugarcoating here. Everything will fall apart, but you have to know how to hold yourself first and foremost through that period until you get to the end of this gap, of this tunnel. And also surround yourself with people that also have your back and that support you no matter what. And let me just add a little something that I was reflecting on. That even though this year and the people that I have in my life are wonderful and amazing, it was amazing to have them by my side this year, but I also realized that I don't have enough people in my life who stretch me enough. People who push me to be my best self. I have a lot of love around me and I have a lot of support, but I don't have that stretch, that expansion. And I know right now that my next level requires that. So now I'm starting to get intentional into calling that type of relationships around. Again, I can't keep talking about that, and that's probably going to be another whole video, but I just wanted to share a little bit of what has been this past year, because taking a huge leap of faith, it's hard. It's hard. It makes you question everything. And I feel like now I'm almost at the end of the tunnel, almost on the other side. And it's been a journey. And it's worth talking about it and documenting it. Because not a lot of people talk about the messy middle. It's easy to see the overnight success at the end, but that's not the whole story. So this is a big part of that whole story. See you around.